This is Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, and I'm hanging with the hip-hop health coach, Kevin W.
Kevin W. Reese.
All right, I'm here with the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good.
I feel like if I kicked you in the shin,
that you get your skin
I would have a chance.
pulled down all the way over your face. That's what would happen.
So I wouldn't have a chance at all.
No.
Okay. All right, cool. Now,
Jonah in the well, swallowed whole.
okay. All right, let's go to wrestling. Let's get back to the interview here. You had this really big push last year, right? And
it's not so much a push. That's all wrestling jargon. I paid my dues over the last 15 years.
Of course.
To be one of the greatest wrestlers in the industry today. And it's not about what everybody else thinks it is. It's about what it really is.
Right.
And that's the fan support. And I got a lot of fan support. I did my due diligence. I'm one of the best wrestlers on the planet, and that's the end of it.
now you had a lot of heat behind you. I mean, it was fantastic, and then you got hit with the injury. How disappointing was the injury?
Well, I mean, it's a part of the business. You know, everybody have injuries, and I'm in the process of healing up. I'll be 100% when I come back, if I come back, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. And you still went out there and competed during WrestleMania. That was very honorable of you, you know?
Well, I mean, it was heard. I heard it in Survivor Series, so it was 3 months. You know, so I mean, it is what it is. Everybody out there is hurting with something.
Absolutely. It's just one of those. You got that athlete mentality. You're gonna go out there hurt anyway.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's what athletes do. You know, you fight injuries. You try to do it the best of your abilities, and you pray and hope that on the day of the competition or the day of the event that you're 100% or you well enough to get it done.
Now, who would you say? Let's talk wrestling history here. Who would you say are the top 5 wrestlers of all time? The whole package. Mike Skills.
Every genre, Andre would come first. He would sell out more cars than any wrestler in history. The Rock and Hulk Hogan I would put at a tie. Ric Flair and Triple H and Shawn Michaels, it would be like a 3-way tie between them and The Undertaker and The Undertaker. I guess, you know, it's hard to not put The Undertaker in the same breath as Hogan and Rock,
right.
Because he not only served more years than them, but collectively, I'm sure he sold out and made more money than all of them.
That's a good point. What do you think is what match have you been in that you're the most proud of? Your greatest match of all time?
I mean, it was a lot of different matches for different reasons. I'm the most proud of being in the ring with Undertaker at WrestleMania 22. But I mean, I've had so many breakthrough moments in my career that picking one would be, you know, doing my career a disservice.
So do you see yourself, you mentioned earlier that you said if you come back. You said if. What's the timetable right now on the injury?
Well, I mean, they're saying 3 months. Athletes always come back sooner than that. You know, it's up to me. You know, right now it's a lot of things on my mind as far as my career is concerned, and I just got to get all that addressed before I start thinking about coming back.
Okay. Now, when you do retire one day, what do you see yourself doing?
Well, I'm definitely going to do some TV and film. I've turned down more stuff than I can sit here and name. I have aspirations of having my own company or working with the WWE in the developmental process.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a lot that I can do.
I can see you being a trainer, man.
I don't know if I want to train because I don't have tolerance for idle bull. And a lot of times when you're training people, they think they know more than you. And I wouldn't be able to put up with it. I don't have the aptitude to coach or instruct. But from an office standpoint or from a booking and agent standpoint, I would be able to do that.
How much you deadlift, man?
Right now, I'm only picking up items that are under 10 pounds because of my injuries, but
okay.
I still hold a world record at 903 and drug-free 903.
Drug-free 903, and it rhymes.
And a 925 unofficial.
My goodness. Okay. What does a daily diet look like for Mark Henry, man? How many calories are you putting in your body? What's it look like?
If you see me now, as opposed to actually when I was wrestling, I've lost 15 pounds. I'm gonna try to lose another 25, come back in the best condition I've ever been in, and if it happens, then people will see a leaner, more fit Mark Henry.
Okay. Now you're a hip hop fan, correct?
I am.
Okay. Now I saw on your Twitter you were sticking up for Peter Rosenberg.
Yeah.
Definitely. And do you feel like, freedom of speech? It's part of hip hop. Just say whatever you want.
It's a part of Americana. The Declaration of Independence is something that we all live and go by. And for those people that don't listen to it, they need to find a small, quiet, dark place and go and live there, because we all live out in the light.
That's right.
And whatever happens, in a conversation or in a concert or in an appearance or whatever, and you have the right to say what you like to say. Right. If it's a question, you don't have to answer it.
Right.
But in that case, he was hyping old school hip hop, and anybody that's an old school hip hop fan understands that you pay homage to those guys.
Of course.
Put your ego aside.
That's right.
And they didn't do that, and I thought that was kind of like juvenile.
Now you're from Texas, right?
Definitely.
Okay, so I'm trying to think, who'd you grow up with? Ghetto Boys?
I grew up with the Ghetto Boys, man. I love the Ghetto Boys. I grew up with Bun B and the UGK crew, so I'm definitely a fan of hip hop, and I don't know if you ever heard of Boomtown.
Yeah.
But Nahea Johnson is one of the guys I grew up with too. So, I've been around a bunch of famous guys.
All right, we talked about wrestlers. Who do you think the greatest rappers of all time are?
Oh man, that's a heavy duty conversation. I would, if I was gonna start, I would say Biggie, because I'm just a Biggie fan. Pac, Eminem, Rakim, KRS-One. For his tenure, nobody in the game has been more successful than LL Cool J. So you always have to put people in their place for their body of work. And who's had more albums than LL Cool J?
All right, man. We're talking to Mark Henry. I really appreciate your time. Anytime you come to CT, man, we'll take care of you. Come through the station,
Yeah, I'm down. I love to come out there and just go through y'all crates.
All right.
See what you got. Kevin W. Reese.